If you are not actively putting your work on social media, then you are doing yourself a great disservice. Now, usually, if people want to buy something or if they want to go to a shop, what do? They quickly go on Instagram and check if the shop has a page on Instagram and see if they have followers on Instagram and see if they are active on Instagram. Like, oh, okay, then this shop is active. I can buy from them. Social media has made the world so connected that from Nigeria, someone in the UK, someone in Asia can see my work, recognize it, acknowledge me for it, and even reward me for it. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you briefly why you should start creating content and posting on social media. And trust me, the last point is something that will be of very, 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 very much interest to you. So make sure you watch till the end. It is no longer news that the world has changed and the world is no longer the way it used to be before now, say 15, 20 years back. We are now in 2024, the age of social media, and social media is a big part of our lives that has come to stay, at least for now. Nobody knows the end of social media. We are now in the era of social media, and the earlier you adapt, the better for you, the better for your businesses, the better for your careers, the better for you as a person, and the better for you in terms of profit making as well. So in this video, I'll basically be discussing with you about why you should start creating content and posting on social media, and most importantly, YouTube as well. Firstly, let's talk about how I started content creation. I started content creation last year. I'd rather say I dabbled into content creation because I did not know about content creation before now. Fine, I used to watch people's content on the internet, on Instagram, on YouTube, but I never saw myself creating content. I never thought about it. It never occurred to me. Listen, it's not even that it occurred to me and I was like, no, I can't do it. It never even occurred to me, because then back in Nigeria, I was working as a project manager. I was busy to the book. Like, I was extremely busy. Like, there was no breather, even for my personal self and my family. So there was no thought of creating content or whatever, whatnot. Nah, it wasn't there. But when I relocated to Canada in November 2023, all of a sudden, I just thought, wow, I should start creating content. One thing I thought would have brought that thought was that maybe because I had time on my hands, I was free. I wasn't as busy as I was back in Nigeria because I resigned before leaving Nigeria. So one thing that came to my mind was, Tolu, you should actually start creating content. I knew people used to make money for creating content, but I didn't know how much they used to make or anything like that. However, I took some clips of when I was traveling. If I had known, like, my life has been busy and my life has always been interesting from Nigeria, I would have been documenting all these things, but nah. Anyways, that's gone already. So when I got to Canada in November 2023, I then thought, oh, this is something I can do. And then I just started. That's it. I just started. My family members didn't believe me. Like, Tolu, what are you doing? Initially it was crying. They were like, please don't include me in your picture, or don't include me in your video. Magic show, that kind of a thing. But then I just took it. I'm like, well, that's you guys' business. Me, I want to do this thing and I'm going to do it. And that was how I started it, like play. And honestly, content creation has opened up a new part of myself to me. That's what I'll say, because now it makes me see the things that I'm capable of that I didn't know I was capable of. It has given me this I can do it spirit. I've always had that, but it has also made it more pronounced, because when I see something new, I'm like, oh, I should try this style. I should try this edit. I should try. Like, nobody taught me anything. Everything was self-taught, from editing, from how to make content, from what kind of content you should make for what, from different skills that you need for creating content. It was self-taught and it was beautiful learning it. Maybe because it was something I enjoyed. So that was how I dabbled into content creation. So far from content creation, I have learned that there is no limit. Like, there is no limit. There is no limit. Content creation can open doors for you that you never thought you would have entered. Because what content creation does, it puts you out there. It puts your job out there. It puts your brand out there. It puts your skills out there. The world is now a social world. Social media has made the world so connected that from Nigeria, someone in the UK, someone in in Asia can see my work, recognize it, acknowledge me for it, and even reward me for it. Social media has made the world that small. So if you are not yet on social media, and if you are not actively putting your work on social media, then you are doing yourself a great disservice. Another thing I'd like to talk about why you should start creating content is it helps you create a personal brand and helps you showcase your work out there. For example, if you're an entrepreneur and you sell physical products, let's start with you sell physical products. Social media and creating content to put on social media is one of the best and easiest marketing that you can ever do for yourself, because it exposes your products to a whole new level of people that you cannot do by doing one-on-one marketing. It exposes your product to a whole new set of people from different places, from all over the world, because you can run ads on Facebook, you can run ads on Instagram, you can run ads on YouTube, you can run ads on TikTok. So if you produce physical products and you are not creating content to help you increase the reach of your products, you're losing. So that's how it helps you to create, if you create a physical product. So now if you create a service, social media also helps you increase the reach of your service out there. Like I said earlier, the world has become a global village. There is almost no limiting doors, except you are the one limiting yourself. So creating content and posting on social media is going to help you create a personal brand, make your brand known, recognizable, and verifiable. Because now, usually, if people want to buy something or if they want to go to a shop, what do? They quickly go on Instagram and check if the shop has a page on Instagram and see if they have followers on Instagram and see if they are active on Instagram. Like, oh, okay, then this shop is active, I can buy from there. But if they want to go buy something from a shop and they go to Instagram and put the name of the shop there and nothing comes up, most times people will be skeptic. For example, my husband, people will be skeptic about approaching that kind of a place, except it's a place that has been physically known. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So that's another good thing that comes with creating content and establishing your online presence. And lastly, that I want to talk about is you can get paid for your content. Apart from the fact that you are selling your own products or selling your services, people are paying you for your products and your services, you can get paid for creating content and putting it online. When I started content creation, I knew there were several ways to get paid online, but I didn't know how. Until I kept going and then I started, when you keep at something, you start learning things about that thing. And then I started learning, people can actually pay you to create content for them. Like, small me, even without being an influencer or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, I've worked with about 4 brands that have sent me free items to create content for them. And like that, once you start, you create your portfolio, you get known, you can then start pitching to brands. By the time brands have seen the works that you have done, they'll be like, oh, we can actually employ the service of this person. That's one way. So if you continually create content and post on social media, there is no limit to the amount of doors and opportunities that you are opening up for yourself. In my final words, I would want you to take the message you have seen from this video, think about it, and then think about how you want to establish an online presence, either for your personal brand, either for your business. Just think about it. Don't think of, oh my God, am I good enough? No, everybody you are seeing online is just like you. Nobody is better than any other person. And to be honest, as far as you are watching this video, that means you can also create your video, because all I'm using right now is my phone and the light that is coming through my door. I don't have any special production equipment or anything. No, all you need to create content is yourself. Once you are ready, you always find a way to go about it. If there are any questions you have about creating content and posting on social media, do leave them in the comment section below, and I'll do well to answer your questions. See you in my next video. Bye.